Hi everyone, welcome to Auntie Knows Kitchen, and for those of you that are returning to my kitchen, welcome back. Today's recipe, we're going to be doing a cheesy broccoli stuffed spaghetti squash. And for those of you that don't know what a spaghetti squash is, come on, take a seat and let's get started. Let's get cooking. We're going to go over the ingredients and you'll get to see what that spaghetti squash looks like. This is a spaghetti squash. You're going to need one small spaghetti squash. This recipe is not for a large spaghetti squash. You can use a small to medium, preferably really definitely a small to medium, and you're going to cut this in half. Make sure you wash it really good and dry it off and cut it in half, and we'll move to that next step. Right now I'm going over all the ingredients that you would need to make this nice healthy dish. And we're going to put this over here and out the way. You're going to need one small yellow onion. I use the yellow sweet onions. One small, it needs to be diced. One small diced yellow sweet onion. One 4-ounce block of cream cheese. You can get an 8-ounce block. I don't even think they sell 4-ounce blocks anymore. Get an 8-ounce block and cut it in half. You'll need 4 cups of broccoli. It can be frozen broccoli or fresh broccoli. It's your preference. Now what I do, I use broccoli florets. You can use chopped broccoli if that's what you like, but I like to cut down the stem some, so I can show you what I do. See, I cut down the stems some because I don't care for the stems. One cup shredded cheese of your choice. Now what I use in my recipe, I use the Italian 5-cheese blend because it has mozzarella, provolone, parmesan, asiago, and romano. I think this gives it a very unique flavor, and it melts very well. I love the Italian 5-cheese blend. So you need 1 cup of shredded cheese. You need 1/2 cup of sour cream. 4 slices of provolone. 1 20-ounce cup of iced tea sweetened with Splenda. Just kidding, that's for me. You're gonna need some olive oil. Use the olive oil of your choice. You know, that's up to you what kind of olive oil you use. And you're going to need some salt and black pepper. Okay, we're going to move over to the other prep area. But you know what I think I'm going to do? This is going to get this squash prepared and get it on over here to this baking sheet. So what you're going to do with this spaghetti squash, you're going to scrape these seeds that look like pumpkin seeds. Scrape them out. Just gently scrape them out. They'll fall on out. Some people wait until after it's cooked to do that. Just go ahead. Just go ahead and just take them out. That way you don't have to bother with that. Just pull them on out. That's why they call it spaghetti squash, because it looks like spaghetti. You know, I use this for pasta too. Make sure you get all your seeds out, guys. Get all those seeds out of there. And you move on to your next one. Start at the top. That's it. Scoop them on out. Okay. All right, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your spaghetti squash and you're gonna put a little olive oil in them. Gonna brush that around in there, around the sides. I already have the oven preheated to 350. Make sure you oil that on the inside very well. And you're gonna move this to your baking sheet lined with parchment paper. You're going to turn it over. And it's going to go in the oven for about 35 minutes. Now we're going to go over and so we can get the ingredients that need to be cooked and prepped. We're going to move over to the stove. All right, guys, we've moved over here to the stove. I just turned my fire on, and you don't want to cook. We're going to be using olive oil. So you want to put a little olive oil in here. Make sure your pan is good and oiled. And you do not want you know, olive oil does not do well on high heat. Always remember that. You're going to get the onions in here. You don't want to cook your onions. You don't want to brown your onions. You just want to get them till they turn that translucent, whatever the word is. So you want to get them all nice. So I'm going to stir these until they get that color. I'll be back. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me get these all started. All right, guys, these onions now have that color that we're looking for. So I'm going to add my 2 cups of broccoli. Going to be tossing these around. Have my 2, yeah. Going to be sauteing this together on low heat. Hey, Katie Pot. I'm going to let these get halfway done because you don't want them soggy. You still want some crispiness to your broccoli. You don't want it soggy. So I'll check back in. We'll be back together again. Let's get this broccoli cooked down a little bit. Now, guys, if you like garlic powder or any other seasonings you like, you're welcome to add those into this. Add them, you know, while you're cooking, sauteing your broccoli and onions. Add those seasonings at this time, because you need to get those. But if you're using your fresh broccoli, your fresh herbs and things, you need to add those at the time you are doing your onions, so all those aromas will blend in together. All right, guys, the broccoli is cooked to tender, not soft, not mushy. It's cooked to tender. Oh, and it smells so good. So I'm going to get this in this bowl because your other ingredients need to be added while they're hot. While this is hot. So we're going to move back over to the other side. All right, I'm going to add the cream cheese in here. Get that all mushed in. Stir it up while it's all nice and hot. And I want a smaller spoon. But I'm not leaving any goodness behind, because that's flavor. You want to blend this in very well. Go ahead and add your sour cream. After this, you're going to add the sour cream. But let's get this, make sure this cream cheese is blended in this hot broccoli. And you have to smush some of the pieces down. Just don't smash your broccoli. Now, I would suggest go ahead and add your salt and pepper at this point. I'm seasoning mine with some Himalayan pink salt. So you see this well blended. You want to make sure that cream cheese is melted. You're going to go ahead and add your sour cream. And again, scrape all of that goodness out of there. This is going to be so good. And you add your cup of Italian blend cheese, or any, like I said, any cheese that you like. And the warmth from this broccoli is going to also melt this 5 cheese blend. And you're going to leave this in this large bowl, because when you pull your spaghetti squash out of its shell, you're going to mix that in with this. So we have our broccoli cheese mix ready. So what we're going to do is leave this by itself. Let the goodness get to know each other. And I shall return once the spaghetti squash is done baking. I will return and we'll be back together again, and we'll finish this up. And it'll go back into the oven. Alright guys, the spaghetti squash is all done. So what you're going to do is take your fork. You're going to rake your spaghetti squash out. See, this is why they call it spaghetti squash. You're going to rake it out. And you be careful around your shell edges because you're going to use this shell. That's what you're going to stuff your mixture in. You're going to use these shells. Yep, you're going to go around here, get all of that out. And guys, these cook for about an hour. Oh, I thought I saw a little seed that had hidden. Okay. And what you're gonna do, have a baking sheet, another separate pan with the baking sheet. We're gonna put that on here. I'm going to get the other one and scrape it out. It's hot. Hold on. It was really hot. They had to put it down. Okay. Put this over here on the new baking sheet. You take your fork, break this up. Make sure you guys can see. See, breaking that up. And here's our broccoli cheese mixture. You're going to dump that in. Take your spoon and you're going to combine all of this. You're going to mix it well. Yeah, you see, mix it well. What you do, like to add a little extra pepper. Something about that extra pepper. Just extra pepper. Okay. Okay. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to spoon this in here into these shells. Oops. I do this way, that way I make sure I get an even amount in both. The dish is very filling. It's a very filling dish. Close together. Now they both are filled. Remember the provolone cheese? We had the 4 slices of provolone. Had the 4 slices of provolone cheese. You're gonna lay them on top. And you're going to pop this in the oven and let these get nice and melty. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my convection oven for this. I think I'm going to use convection oven for this. Because that way I can broil my cheese really good. Instead of having to go through the broil setting on the oven. I'm going to pop these in the oven until I melt that cheese down. And then I'm going to broil it because I want to get a little cute little brown bubblies on it, and we shall return. Guys, voila, here is the cheesy broccoli stuffed spaghetti squash. And as you can see how I put it in my toaster oven, but it's a conventional oven also. So I use that instead of my oven, so I won't have to change and down to the broil section. Because I can't get down there. So I just use my broil setting on that, and that's because I wanted that toastiness. So let's take a dig inside. Look at that. Get some of that so you can see. This is what you have. All of that. That cheese is so stretchy. I don't want it to fall down. And this is it. Look at that. All of that goodness in there. This is an easy dish. Now this is enough for 4 people. But if you got a hearty eater that's got a robust appetite, one of these is, they can eat one whole. If you got someone that has a hearty appetite, most men do, and some women who have hearty appetites too, but that's all right. This is a low carb. There's no meat in it, and very little fat. Your cheeses are serving as your protein. I'm no dietitian, so just want to let you know this is a meal all by itself. It's a meal all by itself. If you must have me, throw some, whatever kind of other protein you would like. You can add a salad to this. You can make it your own, but all in itself is a complete meal. Again, this serves 4 people, but you can also refrigerate this and reheat it in the microwave. But it's really, really delicious. So I hope you try this recipe. It's really simple. It's not expensive at all. So dig in, enjoy, and you'll love it. You will absolutely love this dish. I want to show you guys up close. Looks gorgeous. Until the next recipe, I want to thank you all guys for supporting my new channel. I really, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Auntie Knows Kitchen. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Until the next recipe, go be you, but be great doing it. Have an awesome evening. It's Friday evening, so it's time for me to go binge watch something. Bye-bye.